tax relief ripoff. Self-proclaimed experts promising to help you fight the IRS, but they don't deliver.
There was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worry every day.
Yeah, sleepless nights and thousands of dollars down the drain.
A local man has a warning for you about double trouble when it comes to tax problems, and he shares his story with Help Me Hank, and now consumer investigator Hank Winchester reveals how you can protect yourself, Hank.
And unfortunately, this happens a lot more than people think, especially around this time of year. You know, when you're in trouble with the IRS, you could be desperate for somebody to help you get the government off your back. But the man you're about to meet says that you should be very careful about who you hire to help you.
Tax nightmares.
I wasn't sure if I was going to wake up one day and the IRS was going to be outside my door.
Coming to life.
I was very scared. I thought I was going to lose my business.
And Ken Robinson says the people he paid to help him actually left him hanging.
It's terrible. It's terrible what they do to people.
They are self-proclaimed tax experts, some of whom advertise on TV and radio. That's where Ken found a company that he thought could help him out. He makes no excuses and says that he fell behind in his payments to the IRS. He needed help, but he admits he did not do enough research.
Just because they're on TV does not mean that they're going to help you.
Ken says he paid a company $9,000 over the course of a year, but says he got no help with his IRS battle.
Because they just kept saying, they'd say they wouldn't get the paperwork. Meanwhile, nothing's being done. I'm still getting letters from the IRS. I'm forwarding the letters from the IRS over to them, so that they could take care of it, but nothing was ever being taken care of.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, how are you?
After almost declaring bankruptcy, Ken finally turned to Venar Ayar, a tax attorney who says he's seen a lot of bad actors in the tax relief business.
The scams, unfortunately, in my business are too prevalent.
He thinks many firms start with good intentions but then hire too many salespeople and not enough actual experts who can truly help you with your problem.
The biggest telltale sign of these bad companies is that they put you on the line with a salesperson.
His advice for tax emergencies? Make sure you speak with the person who will actually deal with the IRS on your behalf. That person must be an attorney, a certified public accountant, or an enrolled agent. Check their credentials and their background and references, and be aware of anyone who tries to scare you even more.
The IRS is not in the business of putting people out on the streets.
On the flip side, be cautious of anyone who promises results that sound way too good to be true.
Would you negotiate with somebody who clearly was able to pay you and give them any discount? Of course you wouldn't. The IRS doesn't either.
As for Ken, the first firm he worked with is now out of business. He says the Ayar Law Group has solved his tax problems, and he wants you to learn from the mistakes that he made.
I know that there's other companies out there that I'm sure are doing the same thing.
We're going to post all the information and the advice that you need to know. You'll find it on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. Just look under the Consumer tab of the homepage.
So as we've talked about before, given that the IRS won't even guarantee its own advice when you call and ask them on the phone, how do you find a tax expert then that you can really trust?
It's a little tricky. I mean, I tell people, in the BBB will tell people also, it's always good to go by word of mouth, somebody that maybe has used a different company, and then double check it with the state. Make sure that they have the proper credentials and the licensing, and make sure everybody's on the same page.
Yep. A week from today is the big day.
Get it done.
All right. Hank, we appreciate it.